Hey kids, we're back at it again with Unit 2, Day 12. This is Miss Miller teaching you 2x2 multiplication with the traditional algorithm, which for all you young folk is how Miss Miller learned to multiply. What will we be learning today? Today we will learn how to multiply a 2-digit number by a 2-digit number. We'll be using the traditional multiplication method or the traditional algorithm. Our problem for today is 21 times 45. Please take note of the fact that my place values are lined up. This will be super important as we go about this problem in order for you to make sure your answers are correct. To start off this problem, we're going to start with a digit in the ones place of the bottom number. That is this 5 guy right here. Notice my place values are still lined up. I'm first going to multiply 5 times 1 in my ones place. 5 times 1 is 5. Then I'm going to move over and multiply 5 times 2, which is 10. My 0 goes in the tens place because I can only have one digit in each place value spot. And my 1 would scoot over like it's a 100ths place. Step 2. I need to transition into multiplying the tens place of the bottom number. That's this 4 right here. Notice my place values are still lined up. There's a few things I need to do before I can multiply, though. The first thing I need to do is I need to cross out any carried numbers. Luckily for me, there are no carried numbers in this problem, so I can check that off my list. The second thing I need to do is cross out the digit in the ones place of the bottom number, so I know not to mess with him, which would be this 5 that we just multiplied by. Then I need to drop a 0 down below my answer, because we are moving into multiplying into the tens place, no longer the ones place, and I need to make sure everything is lined up. So now that I've done all 3 things on my list, I can multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So I now have 105 from the previous step and 840 from this step. Step 3 is that I will add the 2 products together to get my final product. So I have to add these 2 guys together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 4 is 4. And 1 plus 8 is 9. So my answer is 945 for this 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem. Let's try another one. The problem I now have is 73 times 35. Notice my place values are lined up, which will make this easy work. So I'm going to start with a digit in the ones place, which again is this 5. So I have 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So I'm going to write my 5 and carry my 1 over. Now I have 5 times 7 and that 1. Well, I'm going to multiply 5 times 7 like normal, which would be 35. Then I add the 1. I do not multiply by this 1. I add it in. So 5 times 7 again is 35 plus my 1 makes it 36. Put the 6 in the tens place and move my 3 over to the hundreds place. Step 2 is this transition to multiply by the digit in the tens place of the bottom number. That would be this 3 right here. I have to go through these steps first though. Step 1, cross out carried numbers. I have this 1 right here that's been carried, so I got to cross him out. So I don't try to add him in. Then I need to cross out the digit in the ones place, so I know not to use him. I'm going to check him off because I've already multiplied by him. And then I need to add a 0 in my answer because now I'm multiplying by the tens place and no longer by the ones place. Now that I've done those 3 things, I can multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7, we're not including this 1 up here because we already crossed him off. So I just have 3 times 7, which is 21. Write my 1 in the hundreds place. and then bring my 2 out as if it was a 2,000. All right. Step 3. Step 3 is to add our 2 products together to get our final product. Notice my place value is super duper lined up so that I can make sure I get the correct answer. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 9 is 15. I'm going to write my 5 and carry my 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Nothing plus 2 is 2. So my answer is 2,555.